you've been following my last videos, you know the massive organizational storm we've been in. We officially submitted our application for the E2 visa and we are officially in the waiting game, so the paperwork's out of our hands now. But lately I've noticed a major shift. The organizational phase is over and the psychological phase has officially begun. So yeah, the countdown is running in the back of my mind all the time, and instead of stress, it's bringing actually a lot of deep thoughts, nostalgia, and a bit of a mental diary. So yeah, we are at the end of June right now, and after a pretty grey, miserable month, the weather in London has finally turned around. We are in the middle of a beautiful heat wave. I love the heat. I know many people don't, and it's quite dangerous, but in the mornings it's actually so nice. Like right now it's just wonderful. And because I'm an absolute sun worshipper, like I said before, waking up to this beautiful weather has had me going on my morning walks thinking, yeah, it's got me thinking like, oh my gosh, I'm actually going to miss this a lot, my routine. So it's made me look at my life here through a different lens, kind of weighing up what I'm truly going to miss about the city, and honestly also what I'm incredibly ready to leave behind. So I wanted to kind of talk about that. So the biggest thing I'm going to miss is, like I said, my daily morning routine. I work remotely, I've said this before, so right after my morning meditation, my walk is my ultimate outlet. So I get to be in the green, see the dogs running around, and then also see the kids walking to school. There's a lot of schools around the park, which is just so beautiful. So being in that green space is just lovely. It just grounds me before I start my work day. And right behind the park there's this incredibly authentic matcha place, as you know. So yeah, it's just hands down the best matcha I've ever had in my life. And yes, that includes the ones I've tried over in the United States. So yeah, going there, grabbing my daily matcha and just walking has been my therapy. Which kind of brings me to the next thing, just walking in general. I am a morning person and I love being outside, walking, running, connecting with nature, or just having music in my ears. It's just kind of how I process my life. I know that where we are hopefully moving in the US is just not going to be as walkable as London, since people drive all the time. And that is really something that I'm genuinely going to mourn and I'm a bit scared about. Yeah, I'm already telling myself I will have to find a good compromise and specifically look for an area over there that has at least a bit of that walkable community feel. I'm also going to miss my gym. I've talked about it before. Because I work remotely, I treated myself this past year to a slightly fancier club that has a gorgeous big swimming pool, a sauna, tennis courts, paddle courts, and a restaurant, even a cafe. So going there in the summer honestly feels like a little holiday. And it's been a massive way for me to feel connected to people, even during the week. So yeah. Yeah, then of course there are the classic European perks. I will deeply miss the tube. It is quite expensive, yes, but in my opinion it is the best public transport system in the world. It is so fast, so convenient, and it makes seeing a friend so easy because everything is perfectly connected, even though London is such a big city. Plus, being in London means you are so close to the rest of Europe. I can't just hop over to Paris for a quick weekend anymore. So I'm originally from Germany, so being this close to my family and just being a short fly away from places like Spain, Greece, Italy is a luxury I know I'm going to miss so much. I don't want to take it ever for granted, so I can already tell that it's gonna suck. but super excited to see cool places like Vermont, Montana, and all these beautiful places in the US, so I can't wait for that. But yeah, as much as I love these little pockets of my London life, there's of course a flip side. There are reasons we chose to take this massive leap, and there are things I can safely say I will not miss at all. So first up, the weather. Of course, the weather. I know it sounds like a luxury problem, and it's a very British thing to say, and it's a very British thing to complain about the weather, but it truly impacts my mental health. The weather here is a constant, exhausting surprise. Even July can be absolutely terrible. And I'm just so tired of living and waiting all year for summer, only for the summer to be grey and rainy. My lifestyle just fits so much better in a warmer climate because I'm just so active. I'm such an active person. Yeah, just where you can actually count on the sun is just a place that fits me better. The second thing is community, actually, because London can be an incredibly lonely city, and it has been very hard for me to build a stable community here. So over the years, I've had friendships come and go. Some faded away, some just didn't work out. So right now I'm kind of stuck with just 2 close friends, which is amazing, and who I know from my old job actually. So I love them, I feel deeply connected to them, and I'm really, really grateful for them. But building a broader network here has been really tough, and I have tried. The thing is, I already miss my long distance friends in Germany, so moving to the US won't change that feeling at least. But yeah, I am ready for a fresh social start. Then, of course, there's healthcare. This is something that has given me so many headaches, tears, and honestly a lot of physical and emotional pain. Coming from Germany, where the healthcare system is very strong, I have deeply struggled with the system here in the UK. It has actually reached a point where it's been so disappointing and more hurtful than actually helpful that I'm actively avoiding dealing with it at all costs. I fell down the stairs not too long ago, and I just didn't go to the hospital because I was like, I know I'm going to sit there for 5 hours, then they're going to look at it, say I have a light fracture, and then they're going to take me home or make me go away. So I'm like, I'm just not going to deal with that. If it gets worse, I go to Germany and figure it out over there, which is not great. Yeah, really, really sad. And I don't even want to go too deep into it, but I will definitely not miss navigating it. And I guess finally, the career and cost of living reality in London. The job market here in media feels incredibly closed off. Yes, of course, there are like big giants here, such as Netflix, Warner, Disney, but the opportunities feel very limited in a way, and the industry relies so heavily on who you know. In the US, even with smaller independent or TV productions, there just seems to be way more openness and opportunity, but let's see. But yeah, that links directly to the financial side, because the salaries in London are incredibly low, while the rent prices are insanely high. And the house quality, I do love the charm of a Victorian house, just as much as anyone, of course, but the structural quality, the drafts and the maintenance are often just really, really bad. I do know that the US is expensive too, I'm aware of that, but the salaries match the market. So I am quite excited to hopefully make a higher salary, so that even if we are spending a similar amount on living costs, it feels like a genuine lifestyle upgrade. I don't know. Yeah, it's a strange feeling being in that in-between chapter. Of course, feeling incredibly grateful today for my morning walk, the sunshine, my matcha, while simultaneously being so ready to close the chapter on the bad weather and the low salaries. But I think that's what a major life reset is supposed to feel like. it's bittersweet. Honestly, it's bittersweet. I think that's just how it is. But if any of you have moved countries or cities, did you go through the exact same emotional roller coaster while you were waiting? I would love to hear, what did you miss the most? What did you not miss? So yeah, let me know in the comments below, and I'd love to hear your stories. Thank you so much for listening to my moving diary today. And don't forget to subscribe to follow along with the rest of this journey. And I'll see you in the next one.